Back in the good old days, changing a car's air filter meant little more than undoing a wing nut, popping the cover off the housing, and swapping out the filter. But that's no longer the case. Here's Sean McElroy with how newer filter designs can be real frustrating and cost a lot of money.
When most of us go into a repair shop for an oil change, we expect the service technician to check things like fluid levels, bulb operation, and air filter condition, and hope for the work to be done in a timely fashion. But when one of those items, like the air filter housing, has been poorly designed or is hard to get at, not only does it frustrate the customer and the technician, it can also cost a few extra bucks. An example of a poorly designed air filter housing is one that uses plastic tabs to lock the housing together, because the tabs can easily break. Not to mention that if they do break and the housing is not replaced, there is a good chance of pulling dirty air past the filter and into the engine. I have seen this on vehicles from Ford to Chrysler, all the way up to Jaguar. But what I understand even less is a filter that is harder to get at, because the amount of time I always hear being spent on designing these systems, you would think that automakers could always make something like an air filter easy to get at. Plus, most manufacturers recommend you change the filter something like every 30,000 miles. The Dodge Caravan of the mid-90s to early 2000, or the Chevy Uplander that ran from 2005 to 2009, and even the Chevy Venture before that. All were somewhat difficult to get at, and if you did not take your time putting the housing back together, there was a good chance that it would not be sealed properly. You know, Ford got it right on the 5.4-liter V8 that went into the F-150. It's right on top of the engine, and all you have to do is flip a few quick metal tabs and the filter slides right out. While I do understand that these examples are not going to take a ton of extra time and money, it can be very frustrating, and that could cause a customer to pass up on a future version of that vehicle or even swear off the brand altogether, because I have seen it firsthand. For Autoline Garage, I'm Sean McElroy.
Ford may have got it right with the 5.4-liter V8, but they got it wrong with the last generation Focus. It has a non-serviceable air filter that does not allow you to change the filter element, only the entire housing. We called up our local dealer and found out that an original equipment filter assembly will set you back a little over $400. And that's for a non-PZEV car. A PZEV Focus will cost $515. However, for all you non-PZEV owners, we recommend you buy an aftermarket filter. They run between $215 and $285. Just be glad that these filters only require service every 100,000 miles, so start saving up your pennies.